What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today I'm here to take you around our new car. We have bought a 2016 BMW M4 Coupe DCT. And why have we bought it, you might ask? Well, we are starting a new company which is going to focus on tuning and performance parts of BMW M Performance and M models. So we've got the G80 M3 manual, we've got Martijn's M340i, and we thought that we also would get an F-Series M car to offer parts to develop cool modifications as well, like exhaust stuff, mid pipes and intakes, and well, it's just a lot of fun. And we found this bone cheap BMW M4 in the Netherlands, a one owner car with 147,000 kilometers for like 40,000 euros, including taxes. So it was an opportunity we just had to take. But of course, before we bought it, we went to Car Vertical, which is a service that provides car history checks. We've checked this car, you can enter the VIN number, and it checks a number of databases across more than 25 countries to provide a report of the car's history, to make sure that you avoid dishonest dealers or unwanted repair costs or stuff like that. They check like if the odometer has been rolled back, if the car has had damage in the past, if it's been used as a taxi or a rental car, stuff like that. They even provide photos sometimes of an instance where there has been damage, if they can find them, which is just amazing. And we checked our car and it showed that there had been some damage. So let me show you guys, because we also noticed that the paint on the bonnet was not really all the same color. You can actually see that there's a, how can I show this? Well, there's a color change right at the edge of the bonnet, and that means that it had been painted, and we spotted that, but neither the car's BMW history nor any other platform showed us this damage, but Car Vertical did show it. And well, that just proves the value of this platform. So if you're looking at a potential new car and you want to have this super detailed report of your car, go check out Car Vertical and use code AUTOTOPNL for a 10% discount on your order. So we bought an M4, and well, it is an amazing spec. The reason why we felt comfortable buying this 147,000 kilometer car is because of a couple of reasons. It was a one owner car, serviced only at BMW, and the spec just says, like, you know, it's an older gentleman, I think, or at least someone who does not drive his car like a hooligan. This is tanzanite blue with all the just beautiful chrome stuff still on there. The standard wheels, absolutely beautiful. And this is a cardinal sin. We always said that anyone who ordered a sunroof on his M4 or M3 should be committed to an insane asylum. Well, this gentleman has done it. He ordered his car with a sunroof, and that means that you don't have a carbon roof anymore, which is a shame, but it was not enough reason for us not to buy it. It also does not have ceramic brakes. We have the regular steel ones with blue calipers. They are perforated, but of course ceramic brake performance is much better. And then around that we have these Michelin Pilot super sport tires, which are, well, they're, especially at the rear, they're not really that great anymore. 19-inch wheels, absolutely lovely. I do still think that it is a very good looking car. And then at the rear, again, the spec, the blue with the quad tip chrome tailpipe, super classic BMW Coupe, and then a D badge as well. So yeah, this is a very, very good spec, if you ask me. It's a good looking car anyway, but I really like the spec combination with the light interior and this gorgeous metallic flake in that blue. Look at that. I mean, there are a lot of scratches on this car, but I don't really care. So, already showed you a bit of the engine, but we're going to check it out. The S55 3-liter inline 6 with 431 horsepower and 550 newton meters of torque, which is quite nice. It's not super strong, it's not mega powerful, but it is enough to have a bit of fun. It's quite torquey, and we have the MDCT gearbox, and that is the way to go because the manual in this is just not great and the DCT is absolutely amazing. Of course, we've got the beautiful carbon strut brace. Absolutely delicious. That is just so good looking. And these engines, they are really strong. They really have like their own sound profile as well. A lot of people don't like it, some people like it. Yeah, it's just a matter of preference, but there is no denying that the engine is very strong. So this is a base M4, so regular M4, but they also introduced the competition package, of course, a bit later with 450 horsepower, and then the CS with 460, and then the GTS with 500. A lot of different versions. And on the inside, the beautiful spec that we have on the outside continues. We have, as I said, this light leather, super light gray, combined with carbon fiber trim. And we have the extended leather package, so that means that you get leather on the dash, a little bit of a contrast stitch there, contrast stitch there, a two-tone leather setup, and the Harman Kardon audio. Yeah, I love this spec. I think this is how I would spec a car. I know it's a bit of a grandpa spec, but yeah, I really like that. So, start it up. And I quite like the sound of these M4s stock. I feel like mainly when you start, you know, decatting them and have the wrong exhaust on an S55 engined car, you have a really bad sound. But equal length on these cars is absolutely amazing. So an equal length mid-pipe is definitely something we're going to do. But yeah, you have to stay tuned for that. We're going to test out all the different exhaust options you have. So that should be a lot of fun. So we've got the old school iDrive as well, which I really like. This is a beautiful system. It's so simple and just works really well. And then beautiful gauges as well. Look at that. That is... I really miss that. Just analog gauges, analog dials. So beautiful. Let's go and have some fun. We have M2 right there, which is the good driving modes combined. And when I got in this car for the first time, it really brought me back immediately. There are some things that are so good about this car, but also some things I don't really like. I do like that sound. It sounds better than I can remember, actually. Nice little rasp in there as well, little crackle. Yeah, it's a good sound. But something I don't really like is the way this thing puts down its power, especially mid-corner with a shift. It's really not the best setup. They fixed that with the competitions, with a different configuration for the differential and for the dampers and stuff like that. They really improved the car. But this regular M4 is not really the best. So if it's wet, especially, or a little bit greasy, it can be very tricky to drive hard. But in these dry conditions, it's absolutely fine. Now, we do have a bit of a clunk in the differential, which apparently is something that these cars suffer from. Bit of wind noise there. But other than that, the car feels really fresh actually. Gearbox feels good. Super quick shifts, absolutely instant. Downshifts are a bit slower, but that upshift is so quick. It also feels like agile, light on its feet. The boot is made from carbon fiber, of course. The roof, well, used to be carbon fiber, but it's not anymore. It also has a carbon prop shaft. So the weight, it's like 1500 kilos dry. It's so much lighter than a G series, like the next generation M3. it also feels a lot less solid than that car. I mean, our M3 feels amazing. Compared to this, it feels like, you know, that car has been built properly, and this car, well, has not been. It can feel a bit less solid and a bit, you know, it suffers from some creaks and cracks and stuff like that. Also, suspension, G-series M3s and M4s are a lot more comfortable. But I do quite like the playfulness of this car and the directness of the controls. It's got electronic power steering, but it's really good, especially if you keep it in comfort mode. I mean, don't use anything but comfort mode for the steering, because the other ones are just horrible. It's like they attached like 30 or 40 kilos to it. It's stupid. But like this in the dry, it really puts the power down well and is able to cope with that, well, quite healthy 550 Newton meters of torque. And at the Autobahn, it also performs really well. Of course, we measured the 100 to 200 time, which was 9.45, which is very impressive, I would say, for a 147,000+ kilometer car from 2016. Oh, we have such a lovely head-up display as well. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is just so simple. The use of colors is really good. Yeah, it's some things are best left untouched. I get that they always want to try to improve stuff, but sometimes I feel like just leave it. You've done so well. Like with these dials, it's just such a beautiful instrument cluster. You have like the digital stuff down there for your driving info. You've got a beautiful oil temperature and fuel gauge, and then these gorgeous rev counter and speedometer. It's just perfect. So this really is like the hotspot of this engine. It's such a mid-range torque engine, but once you get past like 6,500 RPM, not much happens. You shift and you get like this instant boost of torque, because not really that much happens near the rev limiter. The S58, so the engine in the next generation M3, is so much better in that respect. It just keeps pulling, and it pulls so hard. Top speed of the M4 is 250 kilometers an hour, or 280 with the optional M driver's pack. And as you can see, it's 288. We have to brake because we don't have ceramics, and I don't want to warp them on our first proper drive, but that was 288, not bad. But it's such a nice car. It really is. It drives so well, and even though it feels a bit less like grown up compared to a G-series, like a new M3, it does feel a lot more engaging, a lot more involving. Now, of course, these steel brakes, even though they're not ideal, it is a lot better than with the new M3, because that car is just so much heavier. It's like 200 kilos heavier than this car, so that is a big difference. But you still want ceramics on the Autobahn and on any track and stuff like that. Lovely. Oh, man, it is. If you are like at the right revs, it feels pretty damn quick. side of the Autobahn. Let's find out if we can get even more than 288. We should be able to crack that 290 kilometers on the speedo, but we do need some space, of course. But it feels stable, it feels good, especially for a 7-year-old car with close to 150,000. Oh, that was 289. I was not paying attention. I could have easily done 290. Anyway, it will do it easily. What's the highest speed we've had with an F series?
293 non-tune.
Yeah, stock. It would be interesting to see how fast it will actually go. But
go for it.
Yeah?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Now let's see, this is the longest straight we've got. That's 290. 291. That's it. That's a limiter, right? Did you feel it?
Yeah.
So it's a limited 291. Now we have to drive all the way back for
Dedicated
for that 291 instead of 289. But anyway, that is our new car. We are super happy with it. I hope you guys like it as well. We're going to do a lot of stuff with this car, and we're definitely going to have that differential checked out. But other than that, it feels super fresh. Yeah, really love the spec as well. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video on the right or this playlist on the left. See you at the next one. Bye.